She brought me back from the dead.
Hey, don't kook out on me right now, all right? We don't know exactly what happened.
You have to accept the miracle.
We're not going back to that house.
You and me, a simple people. We mean nothing. People don't write about us. But this, don't you see, is like the time of heroes. Jirak was unblooded, like me, an orc that nobody cared about. He united the Nine Armies, and they defeated the Dark Lord. He was a farmer who changed the world. They raised their blades to him. He was blooded in that very moment. He fulfilled a great prophecy, Lord. I think we might be in a prophecy.
We're not in a prophecy.
How do you know?
Right. We're in a stolen Toyota Corolla.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheapseat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good.
The greater good.
This is episode 198, and tonight we are talking about Bright. I am Sean Allred, and joining me tonight is Andrew. We're on a prophecy, Jemison.
Hey.
Corny always takes the big gun, Logan.
Well, that's what you got to do when you get a burrito.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Nice.
I actually figured you were going to make a dick joke there, honestly.
Sean, how dare you?
Taking the high road.
I know. Dirty mind.
He went with the food reference, so I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. And Sam, drive forward, not sideways, Vector.
And just so you know, Sean, if I ever were to ever kill you in a magical universe, I would certainly want to paste your body on a wall splayed out with magical, weird purple droppings coming out of you.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. Honestly, I figured you were going to say, as I play my little internal game, that you were going to find the wand, kill me, and then bring me back to life so that you could then do it all over again.
Well, that's a great idea, man.
Oh, good. I'm glad I could help.
Kind of like Groundhog Day, only it's about killing you.
That sounds terrifying. I don't like this idea at all. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and kind of intro the episode, our 200th episode, because frankly, I don't think people listen to the end of the show when I usually do them.
They usually stop listening after our intro.
Oh, sure. Yeah. You download it, then you listen to the intro, and then you're out, right?
I'm done. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. That's fair. I totally get that. I wouldn't want to listen either.
Even if it is automatic and you don't actually listen, it's fine.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You just download it and just move on. So we've got episode 200 coming up, and we're super excited for that. We really need your participation to kind of help us to make this special. So please send in your emails, your direct messages to us with your request for a movie to do, and we will pick it at random next week. And if your movie is selected, you will receive a $25 gift card to a movie theater of your choice. And all the movies that don't get selected, we will put into the list of, we'll try to find a way to watch them eventually.
Fishbowl.
Yeah, well, no, not a fishbowl, but like we'll put them in like the queue.
Oh,
yeah, we'll do like a queue so that we can watch them later.
Yeah,
whenever they get whenever they can become streaming and available. Right now, none of them are available via a streaming service. You have to rent them, but eventually they'll show up. So anyway, please send us your emails, and whatever. The more movies we get, Yeah, the more movies we get, the better, and I think it'll help with the overall experience of the event. All right, so there you go. There's that. Moving on to the movie proper. Andrew, please tell us what. If you don't know what Bright is, would you please enlighten us as to what the brilliant minds at IMDb have to say about the movie Bright?
This movie, Bright, is set in a world where fantasy creatures live side by side with humans. A human cop is forced to work with an orc to find a weapon everyone is prepared to kill for.
Ooh.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks for that. So yeah, this is stars your Will Smith and your Joel Edgerton dude, and it's a Netflix thing. It's really different, and frankly, I kind of enjoyed it a lot. But we'll get to my opinion in a minute, as we are often want to do on the show. I like to let the other guys give their opinion. So, Andrew, please tell us what is your initial thoughts on this movie that we just watched?
Yeah. So I saw the advertisements, was excited to see it, and big Will Smith fan. So when I watched it, I didn't really know what to expect because even the trailers that I saw, or the one that I saw, didn't really help me to understand what I was going to be watching. So a whole lot anyway. But like you, I did not expect all the hard R stuff, and I don't mind the hard R stuff. I just didn't expect it. So it took me out of the movie for just a minute or two, but then I settled down and realized, hey, we're all grown-ups here. So the movie itself was really intriguing. Just the concept, like you said earlier, of, well, I don't know, that the listeners may not have heard this, but it's very Narnia-like. And you have all these creatures together in one place. And so just the interactions between all of them, I thought was interesting. And the adding the magic into it, I thought was kind of cool. I think there's another movie where there's like a magic police, and I don't know what movie it is. Not Harry Potter.
Magic police.
That's too easy. But there's something else. There's some other movie I've seen where it's like some sort of, I don't know. I watch too much Disney. It's probably something.
That's like Escape to Witch Mountain, was it?
I don't know. There's some sort of like police of magic or something.
Yeah.
Other than what's in Harry Potter. But anyway, so this whole theme, I feel like, hasn't really been done before in this way. So I enjoyed it. Not on the big screen anyway. There are some TV shows that have kind of explored this stuff, but
real quick,
I liked it. I always judge a movie, as you know, as if I pay attention and and the movie holds my attention, it's pretty good. But if not, then it's not a great movie. So this one, for the first maybe 30 or 40 minutes, I was trying to do other stuff and somewhat succeeding. But then about halfway through, I couldn't take my eyes off. So that's where I am on it.
All right. By the way, when I Googled Magic Police, the second thing that popped up was in Bright, and the sixth or seventh thing that came up was in Harry Potter. So, and then the rest were non-movie references. So that's actually kind of funny.
Interesting.
Yeah. Corny.
Yeah. So I too have never seen this movie. And to be honest, I didn't want to. I don't know. I just, I don't know. The idea of the movie I just felt was going to be real bad. So maybe I came into this thing with a chip on my shoulder as it is. And I'll be honest with you. Within the first 20 minutes, I got real mad at the movie.
Okay.
Because for some odd reason, just watching overtly racist things happen, bothers me. And so I cut the film off, and I was like, I'll reapproach this later. And I did. And I mean, but for the most part, Andrew's right. The concept was really awesome. And I guess maybe that first 20 minutes kind of left me with such a bad taste, kind of brought the movie down. But it got to be very, very magic based as opposed to what it started with. And I thought, oh, okay, well, that kind of makes it better. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I think it was okay. I don't know. I think my preconceived notion of this movie plus being angry at it made it worse.
Interesting. Okay. I just, it's interesting that because within the first like 5 or 6 minutes of the movie, you find that there's pretty powerful overt racism towards orcs, and really racism towards the elves. You know, there's humans don't like
everywhere.
Yeah, humans don't like them, and humans don't like them, and orcs don't like these people. I mean, there's kind of a racism all over, and I liked it because it takes kind of what's going on in our world now, but when you put a different face on the racism, in this case orc, it kind of makes the racism that we have against other humans kind of makes it look dumb, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay. Yeah. But anyway.
But I mean, hey, you got your feelings towards the movie.
The concept of the movie.
Yeah.
And so
yeah. I'm not.
I can't wait to talk about it.
Cool. Sam.
I kind of line up a little bit with Andrew with the idea of when I saw what this was going to be about, I was pretty excited. In my mind, I thought it was going to be Lord of the Rings brought, forward to our time. We're basically our everyday life with magic and orcs and things like that. And when I first started watching the movie, I don't know. I don't know if it was bad acting. I don't know if there was a lot of bad writing in this movie. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. But I had a really hard time getting into it. And by the time you meet the little elf girl, who is incredibly annoying, I just wasn't having a real good time with this movie. But then all hell breaks loose, almost literally, in this movie. In terms of the magic and using the, what happens if you touch the wand, why these other people are looking for it. And I started enjoying the story a lot more when they were in a little more peril than this very overt, moral tale of racism. And certainly that kind of backs up, that's the backbone of what the movie is. But the racism in this movie is so overly present. It's silly. And I don't know if I don't know how to describe it, but it just seemed to me like, they're beating our head over a hammer on our head about it, trying to compare maybe to what we experience here in the United States.
You know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
Zootopia.
Yeah.
How the racist overtones of that movie were kind of thrown in our face there.
But at least Zootopia made it approachable.
Yeah.
It made it, understandable. But it's a kids' movie, so they have to.
Yeah.
Where this one was a hard R, like Sean said, and they're cussing every other word, which I'm fine with in these types of cop movies. But I don't know. I didn't like Will Smith in this movie. And it's not that he was a bad character, but I just didn't like the way he acted his character. It seemed to me like he was trying to make up his lines as he went, or trying too hard or something, and everybody else is kind of going on script, and it just didn't feel organic to me. That type of talk from Will Smith in Bad Boys 2, is fun. He is somebody that can bounce it off of him, with Morgan Freeman there. And when they have those conversations...
Are we just going to ignore that? Anyone? No? We're just going to let that go? Okay.
Yeah, by this time it just kind of...
Okay.
What?
We're almost to episode 200, I mean...
Okay, I guess. Yeah. We just... Martin Lawrence, Morgan Freeman, whatever.
Martin Lawrence. That's right. I was close.
You weren't.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I just think he tried to carry this movie a little bit too much, and maybe a little too much Will Smith on the screen. I had a decent enough time that I actually probably will see the sequel to this thing when it does come out, because I really do enjoy this world. I just think maybe a different director could properly explore it.
Well, he's directing it, so.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe not.
Same guy directing it. In fact, the guy that wrote the script only wanted this dude to direct it. He literally wrote it for this guy because he liked what he had done previously, and obviously he has chemistry with Will Smith from Suicide Squad. So,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's doing another, was it Deadshot movie based on his character from Suicide Squad.
Is Will Smith is? I don't know.
I think so with this director.
Oh, the director's not slated for it.
That's what I've heard.
As a director. Well, let me rephrase. It's not on IMDb, so it hasn't been announced. It could be a rumor. The only two things he's doing is that Gotham City Sirens and Bright 2, and that's all he's got left.
Rumor has it.
Let's see what Will Smith is up to. If he actor, Suicide Squad 2, Gemini Man, whatever that is, Bright 2, Bad Boys for Life. What is that?
It's the third Bad Boys.
Is that the third one? And then Bad Boys 4.
Why are they calling it For Life? That should be the fourth one.
Right? And then there's Bad Boys 4. Something called Spies in Disguise.
That's a missed opportunity.
Right?
He's a voice actor for something called Spies in Disguise. He's going to be the genie in Aladdin, the live-action version of Aladdin. Something called Gemini Man, and then Suicide Squad 2. So,
wasn't Gemini Man an old Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
I don't know. An over-the-hill hitman faced off against a younger clone of himself. Ooh.
That's interesting.
Ang Lee is directing. Oh, Corny's got your girl in it, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Hello.
Yeah. Ooh, it's a lady. All right, so I've started the show off. Again, you won't have heard it, but I started the show off by saying I was really excited to talk about this movie. I kind of agree with a little bit of what all of you have said, but I'm going to just say this. I flippin' loved this movie. I did. I loved it. Yes, there's some bad acting, but in my opinion, none of it was from the two main guys. I thought Will was great. I thought Joel was great. I liked their moments of buddy copness. I'll wait until Sam's done. Okay.
Sorry.
I liked their moments of buddy cop. It's not a buddy cop film. It's not him and Martin Lawrence doing things. Yeah, they're not friends. I mean, he says that probably 15 times in the movie. Man, we're not buddies. We're not friends. We're partners. And you got my back and I got your back kind of a thing. But
then by the end they were.
Yeah, but by the end, I mean, yeah, you knew that they were gonna whatever. But it was the racism part again, and it's easy for me to say this because I'm a white dude in America, right? Mm-hmm. So it was, it didn't bother me, but I was very aware of it, and I liked the movie because of it. Because again, they kind of do what Star Trek does, right? Where when Star Trek introduces racism, which they do in that show on multiple occasions, they're kind of making fun of it because it's kind of dumb. It's like, look, we're all people of Earth. There's no reason why, like most humans hate Klingons in that world because they're violent people. Well, once you get to know them, you learn that they're not. Well, they're still violent, but they're not all horrible, people, creatures, whatever. So it's kind of the same concept, right? It's like all we know for 2,000 years is that our orcs are bad, and then here's this one dude's trying to change that stigma, which I think is great. I also liked in the movie that they did not have to go back and spend for the first 20 minutes of the movie explaining the world that we live in. 2,000 years ago, orcs and elves and blah, 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 united against the Dark Lord in an effort. Like, we didn't get that, and I was great with that. We didn't find that information out until near the end of the movie, which was the intro clip that I played. So I was great with that stuff. I didn't need them to explain. Now, yeah, in a world where magic and things like that exist, are we still making movies about the goofy Shrek orc as the plucky hero? Probably not. Because they kind of hate orcs in this world. So maybe they're not making that. Maybe Shrek is the villain. I don't know. But it was still a funny reference. And I may have captured it. So, but again, all of the again, and again, sometimes movies just get me in the right mood, right? Like, I've been binge watching war movies recently. I don't know why.
I have too. In fact, I was looking on Netflix today. I was like, man, what's the next war, at least documentary or something here? I was eating it up.
So I watched American Sniper a couple weeks ago, and then I binged watched Band of Brothers, and now I'm on the Pacific. And if I can get my hands on it, I'm going to rewatch Hacksaw Ridge. And I don't know. I just, again, the R-rated took me kind of for a loop, but I didn't care. Once I was in, I'm like, this is the world we live in, and we're not going to make this fantasy seem like a fantasy. I mean, like when they made Logan R, it's like, yeah, it's probably how they would talk, you know? And so I was really good with it. So again, I had, there's some dumb writing moments and yeah, fine. You know, there's some bad acting. I pretty much anyone that was your typical trope, you know, you got your Mexican gang, you got your bad, like all of the other cops, they were all cop tropes and they all kind of sucked. But I didn't really care. I was along for the ride, and I liked the tropes. They didn't bother me. You know, you got your cop has a, awkward family situation trope, partners don't like each other trope, dirty cop trope. Holy shit, those cops were dirty. I mean, they were ready to kill that guy real fast. For an object that they can't touch, which is interesting. So, so as we keep going tonight, as you guys know, feel free to poo-poo on my parade. I'm not beholden to this movie.
I'm going to poo all over your parade.
But I'm going to say this. This is a controversial statement right here. I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to, hold on. I got to wake up my phone so I can find
Trigger
my
warning.
music. Yeah. That was actually a cool name for a production company, by the way, Trigger Warning. I just thought that was kind of cool.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
There you go. This is my favorite movie of 2018 so far.
Really?
Really. Over The Prestige. Okay. And I love The Prestige.
Righteous?
Yeah. There was something about this movie that just worked for me 100%. I know that's bananas. Again, because my big issue with Prestige, like most Christopher Nolan movies, there's always that one weird thing, and if it wasn't for duplicating cats and people, I would have loved that flipping movie. And I still love it. But that's the one thing that didn't make it perfect for me. I'm not saying that this is a perfect film. I'm not saying that. But
you're a strange man, Mr.
Andrew, you are literally killing me. You good?
Yep.
Okay. All the time you mute yourself for all the random crap you do. That's the one time you don't, is when you're moving your chair around and handling your microphone. Not a euphemism. Anyway, yeah, I liked it. Again, what have we done so far this year, though? The Last Jedi, The Prestige, The Road, Pirates of the Caribbean 5, and now this. Maybe not The Last Jedi. I like The Last Jedi a lot, too. Okay, this and The Last Jedi I'm kind of tied with. Yeah. Okay, maybe Last Jedi.
I would definitely want to watch Last Jedi.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to have to put Last Jedi. So Last Jedi is number 1, and then this is 2, and then Prestige is 3. Like right under it. Like they're touching in an awkward, familiar kind of place. Anyway, sorry for that moment. So... and it's funny, so looking at my notes here as I read, my first note is, oh crap, this is an R-rated movie. And then my next quote was, interesting seeing the racism when it's human versus whatever. So we've already kind of touched on that. And we can go more into that if we want to. But And Andrew made likened this movie to
Scary Kids movie.
no, the Zootopia movie. Sorry, I'm distracted. Kind of the Zootopia. And the other movie I likened this to was Training Day.
Yeah, I can see that.
Sure.
Even to the point where there's the Training Day moment when the kid comes up and he's supposed to shoot the guy and he's like, he saved my life earlier, so I can't do it. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's like the girl and the dude, Ethan Hawke from Training Day.
He didn't have that one line where one of the orcs was like, King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah, that was pretty on the nose there, I think. You're right. So.
I still have never seen Training Day.
Really?
Hey, guess this is your lucky day because it's currently on Netflix.
I think it's just streaming, isn't it?
Is it really?
I think
it's streaming right now.
Yeah. We need to add it to our list.
Oh, it's added. It's added.
Yeah. Put it down there. Is that Ethan Hawke?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
and Morgan Freeman?
Yeah. Denzel Washington. Are all black actors Morgan Freeman to you?
I love Morgan Freeman.
I do too. It's just weird. All right. So Training Day added to the list. Very cool. I'm excited. I really liked that movie too. So keep going on my list. Centaur Cop seems kind of limited, in my opinion. Like, is there a special van that he gets into and rides?
Yeah, how exactly do you get places as Centaur Cop?
He trots. He's a horse.
Well, I was going to say that's kind of like the
mounted police.
The mounted police, yeah.
So they put him in a horse trailer and drive him around. I mean, like,
he's just
upgrading.
Like, what does the toilet situation look like for him?
Outside,
like he just poops outside. I mean, I don't know.
Does he sleep standing up?
Do you go see a vet or a doctor? No, horses sleep sitting down. Don't they lay down to sleep? Or do they stand?
I will say his wife is incredibly happy, though.
The centaur's wife?
Yes. Catherine?
What?
Yeah. Stop horsing around.
Catherine the Great? Isn't that how she died?
Sure.
Okay.
Look it up.
Catherine the Great? Is this a porn thing? Like, I'm not sure what's about to happen.
No. Apparently, in order to discredit her, the rumor was spread that she died while
Catherine the Great Horse is the number 2. Oh, shit, what is this? Catherine II. She was a Russian princess, longest ruling female leader from 1762 to 1796. That's not very long.
No.
34 years. She came to power following a coup d'etat when her husband, Peter III, was assassinated.
Peter.
In her ascension to power and her rule of empire, Catherine often relied on her noble favorites. Okay, I'm still waiting for the horse bit. Yeah. I'm kind of worried. Okay, well.
Yeah, right?
I haven't seen anything about a horse yet, but I believe you. This is kind of weirding me out. Okay, why am I here? Anyway. Was Catherine the Great killed by a horse? Snopes? No, I'm not going there. All right. Anyway.
Well, Snopes is legitimate.
I know Snopes is legitimate. I just don't want to go down further in that rabbit hole than we need to. I just thought it was kind of funny. IA. So there's the trope, right? Internal affairs are all assholes. But getting the captain to come down to give him a recording device to get it to rat out his partner was pretty crazy. Now, I've never given the hopping man to a device, I don't think, but I think the recorder is the hopping man in this, right? Like, they give him the recorder. I thought this is how this is going to play out. He's in that room where these other cops are like, hey, you're going to go and kill your buddy, and then we're going to take the wand. So I'm like, oh, he's recording these guys. He's going to freaking, have this evidence, and it's going to be great. So when he kills them, because I kind of knew that was coming, it would be fine because he killed 4 corrupt cops who were going to kill his partner. Well, then none of it mattered. So, I mean, shit hit the fan so fast that it didn't really matter, but I could have swore that was going to be the thing. And I actually really thought the scene of him shooting him was actually kind of cool. It's just a cool way to do it. Or like when his partner draws his gun on him, he pulls a tape recorder out and plays it. I keep saying tape recorder. I know that wasn't tape, but anyway.
That's good.
All the video.
Dude, old school.
I know.
Good
It's
Lord.
just, it's one of those phrases that's in our zeitgeist. It's just hard to get rid of. Like,
Well, I mean, we got magic wands. We can have cassettes.
we're going to go.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you guys like to watch a football game with orc linemen and like elf wide receivers? Like, how flippin' cool would that be? Anyway,
That would be pretty cool.
The 80s all over again.
right? It's like watching the Raiders from the 80s. Oh, wow.
Nice.
Dirty Cops. He tased the driver. One of the coolest things I've ever seen in a movie. I've never seen that. That was hysterical. I mean, that's on par with I shot a guy with a flare gun, So,
Kill me with a sword, Mal.
I will say this, Corny. Every time I play Battlefield 1 a lot, like every night. In fact, when we're done recording, I'm going to go play. And in the game, you can be killed by swords. Every time I'm killed by a sword, I say that line. He killed me with a sword. How weird is that? And no one gets it, right? And I've said other obscure movie references that the guys get, but I mean, okay, I shouldn't be upset. Serenity's, not a lot of people have seen Serenity, and I'm okay with that. But it's just, it's funny to me and myself, and that's fine.
Hey, when you ask them if they've seen Serenity and they go no, do you yell Serenity now?
When you should watch
Most appropriate
Serenity now. Okay, it's still streaming, right? Isn't it still streaming?
Is it?
I can't remember.
Seinfeld? Yes.
Seinfeld? No. Serenity. I know they pulled Firefly off Netflix for whatever reason.
Oh,
It's terrible.
Oh, I got really excited the other day. It is not streaming. Oh,
that's sad.
that's okay. I did learn that Battlestar Galactica is now on Amazon. I started watching. I'd never seen the series before, and I got to like halfway through season 2 and they pulled it from Netflix. And so I was like, oh, okay.
Wah, wah.
Right. And so so then I watched The Expanse and got my other sci-fi elsewhere. Like the Star Trek Discovery is kind of like Battlestar Galactica. It's way more Battlestar than other Star Trek.
A lot of Battlestar, not enough Galactica.
Something like that. Yeah. Battlestar Discovery, because the ship's called Discovery. I said, wow, I guess the movie really wants us to hate the bad guy elves. I mean, it's not just the fact that they have to kill innocent people. They got to kill the baby, too. I mean, really? So
Yeah, that's how it works in that world.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, blue hair elf.
Mm-hmm.
Is he like in league with the other elves that were after the wand, or is he?
No, he was a Fed. He's a good guy, Fed.
But I couldn't understand it because part of the movie it felt like he was helping the Sanderson sisters.
I will say, yeah, I did have a feeling for those who have seen Firefly, the agents who have the blue gloves that go around killing whoever they need to kill to get the thing that they want. Like that's what him and Ginger Man kind of reminded me of.
Ginger Man.
I mean, like even at the end of the movie, I'm still not 100% sure they were truly just like good dudes,
Good people. Yep.
Like I still kind of feel like they're people that would kill every cop that they needed to in order to, quote unquote, keep the peace, right? Like if they found out that Will Smith had the wand and Will Smith was not willing to give it up, like they would kill him regardless of all the good deeds he had done. That's just kind of the vibe I got from him and Ginger Beer. So, anyway, I wrote Mexican gang must have GPS on them because they just
shut up everywhere.
Yeah.
When they
well, and then like
and they were, it was
that's
like
how
they were
Mexican gangs work.
watching it the whole time.
do what, Andrew?
I said it's kind of like they were there watching it the whole time, just kind of sitting back watching it all unfold.
Right, and they're
Because
like,
they were there, like in the height of everything.
right, and then they escape them, and then the orcs just show up. It's like does the wand have like a tracking device on it? I mean, like everyone knew where they were almost within minutes of them getting to the next level of the game, the video game they were playing. It's crazy. I mentioned that. I feel bad for the sheriff guy, whatever. He just trying to be a good dude, and he just got shot in the face. That sucked.
Shot me in the face.
I did write, remember that scene from Training Day? I did laugh when he hands him the big gun. He's like, "Ooh, I get the big gun," and then he hands him the shotgun and takes the big shotgun. He goes, "Oh, okay, you get the big gun." I just thought that was a funny scene. I laughed out loud when he's like, "I gave her the bomb," and then he blew her up. I laughed out loud. I thought it was great.
That was pretty funny.
And then I wrote "powerful word" when he uses the spell at the end. And that was kind of annoying to me. The trailer showed Will Smith using the wand in the trailer. So as
I don't
watching,
think I've ever seen it though.
yeah, I remember him holding.
I remember the sword, but I didn't remember the.
Yeah, and they had him holding a sword like it was going to be used in the movie. And I thought, ooh, Will Smith's going to wield a sword. No, it's an evidence.
No, took it from a crazy guy.
Right, which I thought he was going to come back for some reason.
I feel like that's Shelby. Like I should just walk out tomorrow to get to work and be like, dude, on the sword, middle of the street.
It's funny you say that. I don't get that vibe from Shelby, but I get that vibe from like just Charlotte. Like if we were walking downtown Charlotte because there's a convention down there and I just see dudes with swords or whatever. But hey, you live there in Shelby. I don't know. Shelby.
Say Shelby.
But yeah, I remember him holding the wand I thought I remember seeing him holding the wand and yelling as he does in the trailer. And so like the whole movie, anyone else that touches it explodes. And so I thought, so either he's going to be a magic user. We find out like he's the one, right? Or something like that. And it actually turns out that the partner was the one, which is cool. Like it's not, for once, it's not Will Smith, it's the buddy. It's the partner who's kind of the one that unites the orcs and is able to kind of win the day. Obviously, Will Smith is the magic user, and he's the one that ultimately saves the day. But he doesn't want to be the one, right? It was kind of cool. And the scene in the end was great, too. I love it when when the partner just keeps talking. Will's like, "Shh, dude, just let him ask it. Just shut up. Let him ask a question." And then he was like, "No magic. We were just a couple of cops rolled up, saw some stuff, shot some people. Now we're here." Okay, we're good with that story. Is that what you saw? Yeah. So, anyway, you guys keep laughing at these scenes I'm bringing up. I think I might be pulling you towards my side. Maybe.
No, I didn't hate it. I just wasn't as enthusiastic as you were.
Yeah. That happens a lot, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what our record is against each other.
That is true.
But anyway, that's fine. We don't have to agree on everything because we usually don't. That's it. You ready for some clippy clips? Unless you guys want to talk about anything else. Anything else we want to bring back up? What, Corny?
I said no. I said no.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we wanted to dive deeper into. Well, maybe a clip or two will jog something, which is
there. You go.
Which does happen, which is fine. All right, clippy clip number 1. This might be one of the things that Corny didn't like. I laughed, but it's easy for me to laugh because I'm a white dude. But I clipped it anyway because again, it made me laugh.
Fairy lives don't matter today.
So there.
Oh.
No, that was actually I left it on too.
Okay, I almost feel bad. Like, oh, maybe is that something I can laugh at? I thought it was funny because
I felt bad for that little fairy though.
Oh, I didn't.
I know. A little humanoid fairy.
Yeah, I was a little
trying to get some bird food.
So, question: it's not killing a giant bug. That thing's sentient. Did he just murder that fairy?
No more than Sam murders a squirrel that he has to shoot off his back porch.
Damn squirrel.
But that's a squirrel.
It's the same thing. It's a sentient being.
Yeah, but like, is it like a person? Can it talk back to you?
I don't think it did. It just screamed. I mean, he's a cop, right? So like, we're establishing that there are certain creatures in the magical realm that have. I mean, just because like a magic snake, is magic doesn't mean that it's a sentient thing that has rights. I would assume that in their world, fairies don't have rights. It's just a big ass bug. I mean, he's like, just make the bee man deal with it. Like, I ain't paying the B-Man $200. You go out there and do it.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I was like, wait, are these like fairies that we know fairies to be, like Tinkerbell and I can't make that joke.
Other fairies that we went to college with? Yeah, no, not them. That would be murder.
I just thought to myself, like, wait a minute, but this person's like slightly sentient, even if they can't talk, because Tinkerbell couldn't talk.
Yeah,
but she still knew things.
Yeah, well, she could when she was Julia Roberts, I guess. But, it didn't bother me. It made me laugh because again, I looked at it like it was just a big bug. It's just a pest. It was a squirrel in the attic. It was a skunk in the garden. It's just a thing that needs to be dealt with. So, and he killed it with a broom, which is funny. You guys go do your gang thing. I'm just trying to sell my house. It's fine.
Classic Will Smith.
It was, and that's the thing is like I've not seen Suicide Squad, or Collateral Damage, but like for me, this is Hancock Will Smith. This is Bad Boys 2 Will Smith. Like it kind of felt like mid 2000s Will Smith, which is the Will Smith that most people like and want. Like that's why I liked it so much. I think is because I was feeling nostalgia for a time where Will Smith made good movies. So not that one, not that one. But even that again, that movie still has the Will Smith that we like. It's just a shit film.
I really liked it.
I know you do, and we should do it for the podcast because I kind of want to, because that movie is ripe for what we do. I mean, it's just. It's bad joke after bad joke after bad pun, which literally is what
on a woman's boobies is like we say hello where I'm from.
I can't wait to cap that. Back in my hometown of Georgia, Africa. Oh, that movie sucks. Anyway, I mean Kenneth Branagh, he's great. He's a really creepy villain guy, and he directed Thor and some other stuff. So, anyway, number 2.
Show me the face a orc makes when he just shut the up and don't say shit and just drive to work.
That's me on Tuesdays.
That's it. Oh, you got that one.
Now, I captured that for 2 reasons. 1, because I thought that line was hilarious. 2, I didn't capture any before, and I should have to compare it. But we've all been in a car with somebody who was talking, right? Our wives, our buddies, whatever. I'm going to turn the volume up. He is recording this dialogue 100% in a studio. This is not a car. This is not what an inside of a car sounds like.
Show me the face a orc makes when he just shut the up and don't say shit and just drive to work.
That is not a car. He is in a studio. That's some bad ADR. I'm gonna kind of call him out for that. That's some bad ADR. All right, number 3.
I shot a human. Yeah, I'll get you some ice cream later.
Okay. This part made me laugh.
Me bright too.
Yeah, yeah. This part made me laugh so hard that like my dog had to like come over and see what was wrong. I just this got me in the mood and I just lost it.
I'm not giving that guy the wand. Over my dead body. He's gonna have to kill me first.
So you want to die in a gunfight in a nasty ass titty bar? That's what you want?
I don't want to die anywhere.
Well, you know what? Now I do. I want to die. Let's do it right now. We're gonna titty bar gunfight die. Let's do it right here, right now. You ready? I just wish your dumb ass was a better shot.
I did laugh at that one. Yes,
We're gonna take that wand. And those titty bar titties, we're gonna put them in a box. We're gonna put that box in the ocean.
I feel like I should capture out
Anywhere.
Well, you know what? Now I do. I want to die. Let's do it right now. We're gonna titty bar gunfight die.
I want to capture that out. Titty bar gunfight die. I love how that has like that's a thing there. This is a kind of a Tinder-ish moment, but again, kind of typical kind of quality Will Smith moment.
You gotta tell me if I'm supposed to be your partner. I don't care what we'll say to them, but you got to tell me the truth. You can't lie to me.
Also, I'm supposed to trust you when you don't trust me.
That's a good point.
All right, here we go. Shrek?
I told you orcs hold grudges, huh? What'd I say? All right, look, I'm gonna cut you a break on the reckless driving, but I need you to return to your vehicles and drive home safely. So I need you to take your fat Shrek-looking ass back to your vehicle and drive the home to Fiona.
Again, I don't think this world's gonna have that movie, but still, it was really funny. I liked it a lot. I also like that they didn't change the voicing for orcs. They're just dudes, right? Like, they didn't make the partner all, oh, I'm the partner, blah, 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 blah. Like, he's just it was his moment. Like, so when the kind of boss orc guy comes out and starts talking in that voice he has, I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. Because you're expecting orcs from video games and Lord of the Rings and not, hello, my name's Dave. What's yours? Do you like bread?
Like the stone monster in
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, the story.
Yeah. What fight is?
What does he say?
It still bothers me so much.
Oh no, because it's
Korg is such a badass in the comic, and the Meek turns out to be an evil little son of a bitch.
Bugger off, brother
it.
ghost, or whatever he says. What he calls him a ghost or something. Bugger off, ghost, or something. He kicks the wall. I love that guy. Supposedly,
you want to come along?
That voice actor guy has worked with that director before on something. I don't know what, but so that was kind of like an inside joke within the director. But I thought he was great.
I did too. I loved it. I finally saw it. Oh my god!
Oh, you finally got to see it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Kate Blanchett's great. She's really great.
Yes.
All right, so I got to say this before we move away from
fine
from that. But did that explain what happened? Okay, so comic book wise, the reason why I like what they did with the character because it's funny, but
what character?
Korg and Meek.
Oh yeah. Rockman.
So, yeah, Rockman.
Yeah.
So Meek actually, while Hulk is there, he has a wife and child in the comics, and so the ship, the Quinjet.
How long is he there?
So what?
How long is he there for? Jeez.
Oh, he was there for a while.
Oh, wow. Your microphone just got really great.
The whole story, the whole Planet Hulk story is really awesome.
Okay.
But anyway, he's there, and then the Quinjet that he's on explodes, kills everyone that he loves. And so he assumes it's like, the people who sent him, Tony Stark, Professor X, Doctor Strange, Namor. Anyway, so he comes back and come to find out after all this stuff has happened, he's like trying to kill everybody. Meek blew up the ship. So I was like, oh, you turned Meek into, I mean, obviously they're never going to do that story, but
yeah.
Well, Meek was like always the weak one who was like, hey, I blew up the ship to make you angry. And I think Hulk punched him in the orbit.
Nice. Well, yeah, I mean, they weren't going to do full-on Planet Hulk because they needed to not. I think.
Yeah, I get that, but sorry, just whenever I saw Meek, I was like, oh, you're so evil.
Right. I thought he was great. I liked Thor 3 a lot. It was way better than 1 and 2.
Absolutely.
By a lot. And I love the fact that in Avengers 3, we are already seeing like Thor hanging out with the Guardians. I think that's just so cool. Does he ever get Meow Meow back?
I mean, it can be built again by the dwarves. So yeah, it could. I mean,
by the dwarves?
Or the dwarves.
Like Gimli is gonna forge the hammer like they did for flipping Aragorn with the sword. I guess that was actually the elves that reforged the sword.
Okay. That, or he could. I think he can get another hammer. That wouldn't be too bad. Oh. They can just take
just go down to the hardware store.
Another dying star, take the heart out of that, and forge another one, I suppose.
Okay.
So Meow Meow 2?
Yeah, Meow Meow 2, yeah.
Meow Meow harder.
Meow Meow with a vengeance.
Every sequel will always be that for me forevermore.
Yeah, harder and then with a vengeance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he gets that one broken, and then it's Meow Meow 3 with a vengeance. I like.
He
that.
has a playlist on his phone just for Meow Meow.
Right.
Thousands of Meow Mix.
Meow Mix.
Yep, I'm with you. That might be the name of the episode. Either that or Sean forgot to record. One of those two.
No, Meow Mix is pretty good.
It's a lot funnier.
I can't wait to listen to this episode and hear you ad-lib, trying to remember exactly what you said and then time it right.
I think you should make it extremely awkward, too.
I don't know how I'm going to do it.
Find all the worst phrases to say.
I'm not 100% sure on what I'm going to do. I might just record.
Don't even match up the audio. Don't use your good mic.
Use my onboard computer mic. Just make it sound real bad.
People just call it in. Just use your phone and
say things like.
The thing is that
schools. Yeah, I agree with you, Sean.
The thing is that what's probably going to happen is that people listening now will have no idea what we're talking about because I will have completely edited and changed it so they won't know. But anyway.
There was this radio show that I used to listen to out of Charlotte. And, celebrities would do all these interviews for their movies and things like that. And a lot of times it's just canned interviews where they aren't live. You know, they just give you the questions that you read and then they answer those questions so they don't have to do them over and over and over again, I guess.
Yeah.
So these radio hosts would get their children to ask the question.
Nice.
So you got this little, like 4-year-old voice. What did you think about this? And it's good stuff.
Nice. I had one more clip. Clip. Sorry, we got distracted with Thor 3 and Meow Meow. Here we go. The last joke in the movie.
Hey, Nick, the firemen are here. We should have been firemen. Yeah. Hey, can I get an aspirin?
So, anyway, just made me laugh. Cool, here we go. All right. That's not right. I need to play. Damn it, why have I not fixed this yet? Keep forgetting.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
Trivia. There wasn't much trivia, honestly, for this movie. In this movie, the song Hammer Smashed Face, which is used as the Orcish love song, the death metal band Cannibal Corpse is seen playing that song in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Nice.
So, kind of a weird thing. Max Landis, the writer who created the script and the story of this, described Bright as his Star Wars. So he feels like this is the movie that's going to take him to the next level of things.
He is very wrong.
So, I guess.
It's not a bad movie, but it's no Star Wars.
I don't think he's comparing the movie to Star Wars. He's not doing that. I don't think there's very few franchises on the planet that can say they're even remotely close to Star Wars. Like Harry Potter, maybe. I don't know. Because I wouldn't even say Star Trek. Maybe those Fast and Furious franchises. I don't know, but it's just because they make a lot of money. I guess I don't know, but that's also like saying the Transformers franchise is like that because they make a lot of money. Anyway, they're already filming the next one. By the way,
word.
The girl that's in Pitch Perfect 2 and 3, Haley Steinfeld, I think is her name. We saw her, Sam, in Ender's Game. She was the girl in Ender's Game on the station. And she did an interview. She was like, it was really weird acting with not people. I was acting with green squares and blocks and tennis balls. It was weird. Anyway. So, there you go. That's our trivia. That's really it. Top 3 time. Where I gotta do this. I hit this thing.
Hey, brah!
No, not that one. I play...
Excuse me while I whip this out.
That's what I'm going to play. Movies set in L.A., the Los Angeles, the City of Angels. Andrew, movies set. Not filmed. We said set because
yes,
they're not all filmed there. So.
Right. Okay. I have a couple of honorable mentions. Because we've seen it before, it is probably in my at least top 15, maybe top 20 movies, but Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
I'll put that up there. Also, higher in my list there, I don't know where it is exactly, but Lethal Weapon 4. Just my favorite Lethal Weapon movie.
I do like that one with Jet Li.
Yeah. And then my top 3, we're going to go number 3, Rush Hour.
Oh, right. I forgot that was in L.A.
Number 2, Freedom Riders, which is a good book and a good movie.
Okay.
Hilary Swank, handsome young man. And then number 1, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
All right. Okay. Right on. It's corny.
I appreciate the Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Phoebe Cates. So my number 3 is going to be...
Hold on. Let me guess. Beverly Hills Cop 3, Beverly Hills Cop 2, and then Beverly Hills Cop 1.
See, but Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills, so I can't use that.
Oh, okay.
Although...
I mean, most of Beverly Hills 1 is in Detroit anyway. No, it is in L.A. That's right. It's in L.A.
Yeah. So 2, I might be able to... Okay, I'll throw in Beverly Hills Cop 1 because that's the only one I really care about.
Okay.
I'll do that as my honorable mention. Actually, I can't. Wait, never mind. I don't have to. I'm changing my 3. All right, so my number 3 is Speed.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. My number 2, I'm going to go with Beverly Hills Cop.
Okay.
And my number 1,
but I could help.
Die Hard.
Yeah, Die Hard.
The greatest Christmas movie of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time.
Bite me.
I'm with you, dude. I have this argument yearly with my wife and other people on Facebook, which is weird. I'm like, I don't understand why. How can you argue this? It's a Christmas movie. It is. Brings a tear to my eye. Sam.
All right. I've got my number 3 as La La Land.
Okay.
Recent one. I've got my number 2 as The Rocketeer.
I love that you just booed it. Okay. Yeah, Rocketeer. I love that movie. Great.
Yes.
I heard they're doing a remake.
And my number 1 is a recent one that we've just watched in this podcast, and that is the creepiest movie we've seen in a long time, called Nightcrawler.
Oh, yeah.
Bamf. I don't care if it was 50 movies ago. I'll do it again, damn it.
Bamf. Brah? Hey, brah.
Hey, brah. I can't find anything about the Rocketeer. I heard they were remaking that, so...
Yeah, I heard they were going to do that.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I wonder if it holds up.
I've actually watched it within the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it still holds up. I mean, yeah, it's kind of green screeny, but I mean, it's nothing worse than like like Indiana Jones green screen or anything like that. I mean, it holds up. I think
Jennifer Connelly.
She was smoking hot.
Oh, Jennifer Connelly.
Ah, she was beautiful. And James Bond is a Nazi. Love it. What were you going to say, Corny?
Oh, I was just going to say, fun fact, the Rocketeer video game gave me nightmares.
Really? Because you couldn't beat it? Or?
The death scene was so weird. I can't remember how it goes, but it was so... I guess the game was dark, and I don't know, but it was just like when he died... Oh, it's because like he would land, and... the gangsters would go in and they would just shoot him, but it would fade to black. So when like you lost, they just killed you.
Oh,
I was like, oh, what it was. I mean, absolutely terrible. I had nightmares about that. It was good times.
Yeah, it sounds like it. The Rocketeer NES Part 1 video game. Yeah, look at that. They also did it for SNES?
I would have played it for the regular one.
Yeah, for the NES.
Yeah.
I don't know why I get mad when people call it NES. When they're like, oh, you had the SNES? No, I had the Super Nintendo. You weirdo. Like, go put your sriracha.
is that like a younger generation thing?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I guess because we grew up with it. I'm not going to say millennials these days. I'm not going to do that, but
should though.
Yeah, yeah. Were you done, Sam? Is that Rocketeer was number one?
Yep, those are my three.
Cool. My honorable mentions are Gone in 60 Seconds.
I thought that was San Francisco.
No, that's L.A. That's very L.A. They even do the L.A. Water basin thing when he hits the turbo and goes up a million miles an hour. Mm-hmm. Here's a stretch. It's technically L.A., but it's future L.A. in Blade Runner. So
I'll let you have. I'll allow it.
You need to flip and watch that movie, Sam.
I know. I know.
Pissing me off.
It'd be easier if I had a digital copy.
I was traumatized by Blade Runner. Not because of the movie, but in college, in a philosophy class, a grad student was teaching and forced us to watch Blade Runner. And the only thing I remember from that class is Blade Runner and the drink Squirt. It's the only thing I learned.
Interesting. Yeah, I can't help you about the digital media format there, Sam.
Yeah, I know.
Just don't lose the disc, because that's my dad's.
No, I got it.
Thank you. Just don't lose it. My number 3 is Hancock. Will Smith, Hancock.
Oh, that was. Oh.
Yeah, was that right?
Okay.
Number 2 is Speed. Number 1 is Die Hard. So, there you go.
Der Herd.
Flippin' love to Die Hard. Out of 10 time. Okay, I gotta wake up the phone and play this.
Wait, what's supposed to happen?
This is where you tell me your score from 0 to 10 of what you would personally rank this film. Sam, it's not your turn. Andrew, it's your turn. Sorry. For some reason, I was reading them right to left. I don't know why. Andrew.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to give this a... Sure. I'm going to give this a 6.23.
Okay.
Out of 10.
6.23. So you liked it just a little bit under Pirates of the Caribbean, just a little bit over The Road.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. I'm with you. That kind of feels like how you were voting. Corny.
I too will give it a 6. I thought the
a 6, just a 6.
Sorry, just a final 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I didn't really talk about it, obviously, but I don't know. Maybe it seemed a little silly to me. The racism, and I think it bothered me way too bad for no good reason. But I'll give it a 6. But I mean, it was still fairly enjoyable towards the end. So maybe I'll take it back. 6.19. We'll do that.
I gotta go back and edit this. Oh my god. 6.19. I wouldn't say for no good reason or whatever. I mean, it's your reason. You have your reasons for whatever. I wouldn't call them for a no good reason.
No good, dirty.
I mean, you being our resident black guy, you certainly have a different view and outlook on the topics of racism than the three of us honkies over here. So
I didn't say it. I make sure I
can say that. See, I can say it, right? Is that a thing I can say? I don't know. Crackers, I can say that. Rednecks, I can say that too. We're all rednecks. Sam.
All right.
Nerf herder. Yeah.
This is a movie. Thought it was okay. Not the greatest, but not the worst. I'm going to give it a 5.93.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yep. Okay, that's fine. And true to my word, I liked it just under the Jedi movie, which I gave an 8.75, and just over the Christopher Nolan movie, which I gave an 8.5. So I'm going to give this an 8.63. I think that's the middle of that. I liked it a lot. I really did. The issues you guys had, wrong. I didn't. I would watch
defend yourself. You need to.
No, I don't. Well, do I? Maybe I do. I don't know. I mean, I would watch it tomorrow, except that
you defended yourself. It's fine. I believe in your answer.
Hey, I mean, and people might disagree, and that's fine. There's a lot of other things that I've said in this show that people have disagreed with. I'm good with that. I mean, Part of the reason why
women are inferior to men. We all disagreed with you, Sean. I can't.
Yeah, Sean, that wasn't a real good thing to say.
Yeah, I can edit you guys out. That's fine. Anyway. So next week, that's our show for this week for Bright. And that was a lot of fun. And I know it's a little late for us, but I'm gonna wrap this puppy up real quick. Next week we're doing the Magnificent Seven, the remake.
Yes.
The new version with Denzel and Chris Pratt and all those other people. And it's going to be, a little different for several reasons. One, Sam is going to be somewhere in another state.
I'm going to be at Virginia Tech.
You'll be in Virginia Tech. So hopefully will be joining us via Skype in his hotel room. Hopefully. We'll see. I will be in Minnesota, outside of Minneapolis.
Don't you know?
Yeah.
And there's some of my family up there. I should give you their numbers. They're friendly.
I loved it when you would go to visit your family in Minnesota and come back, and for a week and a half, you still had the accent. Like it took like a week and a half for you to like get away from it. It was pretty funny to me.
It's just prevalent. It's everywhere up there.
I would actually love if we were recording back then, and like do an episode like the day you come back, and just so people can hear it because it's different. I mean, it's it's literally like when Andrew goes British. I mean, it's that different.
Yeah. It's almost like you gotta stuff your nose, and then you'll the vowel sounds get longer as you go.
I love it. I love it. I can't wait to go up there and on the cold and stuff. And I'm gonna see if I can find a Tim Hortons and eat some donuts. Oh, that's Canada. It's pretty close to Canada though. Anyway, so next week we're doing Magnificent Seven, hopefully. And that will be our last episode before 200. I'm so nervous, actually, and excited.
We're disappearing.
So please.
Then the three of us are going to leave Sean high and dry.
Well, I'll be by myself. And then no one will be here to dispute my claims when I say ridiculous things like this movie is my favorite of the year.
Hey, all we do is just call in.
I don't know how you do that. I'll just call my phone, I guess.
Yeah.
So basically, you're going to participate back in the show? You're like, I'm quitting the show. I'll call you Wednesday night at about 9. Okay. We'll see it then. No, that's it. That's our show. I'm super excited. So again, please participate with our 200th episode by messaging us through Facebook, text, Twitter, or email the show at cheapseatreviews@gmail.com.
And if you don't, we'll find you.
And next week we're gonna do the raffle. We're gonna do it next week. This is how I plan to do it. So we're all in the up and up, right? I already created the list of the ones we already have, and each one has a number, a corresponding number, and then if we get more between now the time that this is released and the next time we record, I will add those in, and then I'm literally gonna have Siri pick a number between 1 and whatever the last number is, and whatever she picks on air. That's the number, and that's just what it's going to be. So I can't think of anything.
And then we're going to find you.
And we're going to find you and mail you a package. So all of the movies that have been suggested thus far are available to stream. We have to rent them, but not a problem. Not a problem at all. We'll do it. So that's that. So I'm really excited for 200. Please participate with us. I think it'll make it more fun. And I guess that's it, right? That's going to do it for us. Once we get past 200, we've got some cool movies coming up on the slate. If I can get to my movie list here, we've got something that was requested by someone else. The movie The Circle, that Tom Hanks Hermione Granger thing. My in-laws loved it. I've heard people say they hated it, so I'm interested to see how it goes. And then we've got a bunch of other stuff that's on the list. I don't know if it's even streaming or not, but we've got a huge list down here at the bottom, which I'm going to have to filter through and see what's streaming, what's not. But yeah, that's it. I'm really excited for that. Also, if you want to support the show financially, which would be great, GoFundMe.com/CheapseatReviews is.
I won't do it.
Is a thing that you can do. Well,
sounds dirty.
It's not, I promise. It's perfectly safe. I just posted a new episode on the Anchor app today, my review of American Sniper. Leave us reviews on Google Play, YouTube, iTunes, wherever you get this show. Leave a review. Be nice. Our website's cheapseatreviews.com, where you can find links to old episodes and things like that. And follow us on Twitter at CheapSeatCast. And that's it. That's our show. That's going to do it. So on behalf of Andrew, Corny's Train, Sam, and Chad.
Good rest of his soul.
And
Joe Pesci.
And Joe Pesci. I was going to say, I don't remember if he got mentioned.
Holy crap, Sam. Thank you.
This is Sean saying thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week.
Inside the Act Orcs Guild.